Power up. Okay, we're going to conduct our business meeting today, September the 8th. As always, those of you watching, but we start out with the Pledge of Allegiance, please.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty, justice for all.
All right, welcome everyone. We're going to start the meeting. I'm going to turn it over to the attorney. We have a couple contractual things we need to look at. Michael?
Thank you, Commissioner. The first item on the agenda concerns the acquisition of a 2019 Great All D152. This is a piece of equipment that the Highway Department has had in its possession for a little bit of time in terms of testing it out. The acquisition price is $259,260.80.
Read that again.
Larry Robbins is here to $259,260.80.
Thanks, Michael. As we've been talking about, I mean, equipment has been a big need for the highway for a while. This is, as well as some other equipment. So we're trying to get some equipment so we get some more work done with less downtime in the shop, getting things fixed and getting things taken care of. So I want to have a concentration on drainage projects this fall. The Great All down south is in pretty bad shape. It's in the shop more than it is out on the road. So it's not doing the work it needs to be doing. So this is a piece of equipment that will replace that one, and that way we can take care of that equipment. So we've been talking about financing for this. I think we've got some quotes. So we're working on that. This is just the first step in acquiring this.
That's right. So we have sought quotes from Old National, First Financial. I showed those to you last week, and Old National was the lowest quote, and they'll be forwarding some paperwork regarding the financing here in the coming weeks. But yeah, the approval of the sales order is the first step that needs. And this is what Sourcewell, the company equipment it was, they need to verify that this is going to be acquired by the county commissioner, the county highway department.
And this is coming out of our highway budget, right?
Correct. Yes, it'll become, so the way we're going to set it up hopefully is lease payments 3 years, so we can get it paid off in 3 years. We got a pretty good rate. It looks like will come out of there. So we're looking at doing similar things with some other equipment as well, tractors being one of those. We kind of fought those this year, kind of trying to get the grass mowed. We got a late start anyway. A lot of them went down here over this summer. Tractors are apparently about 6 months out, so we need to get those ordered now so they can be ready for the spring. So we'll probably, we've mentioned to Michael about exploring this financing option with those tractors as well, and that's a way we can acquire this equipment, get the work done, and then pay for it as we go.
Good equipment is essential for highway work, and our guys really appreciate it when we have decent equipment. So I think that's a plus all the way around.
Michael, do we need to approve the lease itself? Can we do that now
That will-
too, and choose who we want to do
Well,
get that?
the only step that's necessary for today, Commissioner, is the approval of this sales contract. The lease paperwork, we informed Old National that they were the lowest.
Okay.
Not all that has come through yet. They'll want to know some details about the equipment that's, on this document. So we'll share this with them, and I'd say, within probably by next week, there will be some additional documents for that aspect of the transaction.
Okay.
So we just need a motion now.
Yeah, just a motion to approve the sales order.
Make that motion.
Motion?
Second.
Motion is second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Larry, for doing all the work on that, getting stuff done.
The next item that I have on the agenda concerns a topic that was, discussed last week. As you all know, the president has made available a payroll tax deferral program in guidance from the State Board of Accounts. It was made clear that employers, i.e. units, have the option to essentially opt out of that program. And just so it's clear, this is a program that does not forgive any taxes or anything like that. It is basically a suspension of those taxes, and then they're all due in April of 2021. So it's something that the county would have to deal with from a hypothetical where a person opts into the program and then leaves employment with the county. Ultimately the county will be the one responsible for collecting the tax and getting it to the right place. So it's even for those employees who maybe did participate in the program and were still employed in April of 2021, when that money comes due, it's going to be the county withholding that money from paychecks to send to the IRS. So it's you're going to be doing the majority of the explaining and dealing with situations should they come to pass. So based on guidance from the State Board of Accounts and the payroll department here within the county auditor's office, the considered discussion was about opting out of the program because the county was fortunate enough, the employees were fortunate enough during this entire COVID-19 public health emergency. There has not been any interruption in paychecks. Every full-time, every part-time employee of the county has continued to receive their regular rate of pay, even though they may not have been in the building for much or a significant portion of this public health emergency. So based on all those factors, it's my opinion that the county should opt out of the program, and employees would not be able to enroll in it. But as I've said, the plan is to keep that payroll, keep those paychecks going, and everybody on the council and the commissioners is committed to trying to see to that. But it's a nice program, but it's a bit unnecessary for the employees who have not had any payroll disruption during this crisis.
And come next April, they may end up with no paycheck because they've checked out all the taxes that
That's right.
have been.
It would not. It's
People
not,
that think it's a good idea need to stop and think about that.
Yeah, it's the money that you would be getting if the payroll tax was suspended. It is still going to be collected.
Mm-hmm.
It's just
a
sometime
delay
down
of
the
it,
line.
just
Right.
deferring it to
The inevitable.
next time. Yeah.
That's right.
And we spoke with the auditor's office, and we felt with payroll would be quite a job too, to keep track of that, the ones that wanted and didn't too. So do we need to vote on that, Michael?
We do. Yes, that guidance from the State Board of Accounts recommends that there be an affirmative recognition of a county's decision on this issue. And so yes, I would do that by motion.
Okay.
You want to do that?
Sure. I'll recognize that what was sold as a good idea ultimately is probably a very bad idea. So I will make a motion that we move forward with opting out of the tax withholding program to
A
protect our
motion.
employees.
Have a motion from Mr. Kearns,
I'll second.
second by Judy Anderson. All in favor say aye.
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 Motion carries. Thank you.
Thank you. The next item is from Vigo County Community Corrections. Also in response to the public health emergency, the building there at Community Corrections has looked at the acquisition of a body scanner to cut down on the necessity of person-to-person contact when trying to maintain security in the building. So the body scanner is $149,000, and that includes installation, shipping, training. The same unit is already in our county jail, and Mr. Watson indicated that Knox County had just had one installed, and it is anticipated that this will, before considering the acquisition of this item, Mr. Watson asked Mr. Bramble to make inquiry with the Indiana Finance Authority about whether this could be an approved expenditure under the CARES Act money. And I believe that that was an affirmative response, that they said it was a recognized, that it was an appropriate acquisition, essentially. And so based on that, Mr. Watson is asking for approval for the acquisition of that body scanner.
Is that from us or from the council? Would they have to?
Well, he has the money to do it.
So he's just asking if we can have that. Okay.
Yeah, so he's anticipating also that it will be an approved claim under the CARES
Under
Act
the CARES
that
Act.
would be reimbursed. So-
By us. Okay.
Well, by that
Well,
money set
yes.
aside, but yeah.
But I'm saying all these claims have to be approved by the
Exactly.
commissioner, so I got you.
And
Right.
okay, on that note, I just, for the record, I suggested that when Bill approached us about that since the buildings are ours, that we see if we can get one also for the juvenile center. So that was already put in motion, for the record. What? Okay, until today? Okay.
Because I told you to run it that.
Thank you. So it's nice how this chain of communication works.
I did tell you, brought it that.
And I think a key component, we all know why we're talking about this, but for those that are watching this, they may not understand how this fits. This fits because the body scanner shows temperatures. And so a lot of our buildings, a lot of government entities are buying scanners so that they can see if the person's hot or not temperature-wise when they come in relative to COVID. So that's how this comes into play. It's not just, the security component is definitely a bonus, but the main reason is because we can tell whether or not people have elevated temperatures, which is a pretty expensive thermometer when you get down to it. But if the money's there, I think we should take advantage of it.
Okay.
Is that good? We're going to get one for the commissioner's office too, right?
I don't know
That
about
was a joke. We are not going. We need to. We already have one in the jail.
Yes.
We have one in the jail. This will be community corrections, and then hopefully down the road one for the juvenile center.
You want a motion on this?
Yes.
I'll go ahead and make a motion to give the blessing to move forward with the acquisition of the scanner for community corrections.
Okay. You have a motion
I'll second.
and a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Okay. Carry on. Right. Okay, at this time, we want to review the minutes. Mr. Bramble?
We've got August 25th minutes for approval.
I didn't see anything out of the ordinary. You need a motion to approve.
I do.
I move to approve.
Second?
Motion made and seconded. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Okay, Jim, claims?
Okay, we got August 22nd through the 28th for $1,401,442.90. And also August 29th through September 4th for $461,330.89 and payroll of $987,084.09 for a total of $1,448,414.98.
Any questions regarding the budget there? Any comments? If not, motion, please.
Move to approve.
Second?
Motion made and seconded. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Thank you. Any comments from commissioners?
I'll share something fun.
Okay.
I went over to building inspection just out of curiosity about how many properties we're cutting grass-wise right now. You want to guess what we're doing?
That
Right
we're
now?
cutting?
Yeah. 60.
Hmm.
So we've got crews out right now maintaining 60 properties in the county that people have neglected or not doing or walked away from. So
That's probably not all of them.
no, far
It's
from
just
it.
Far from it.
There's one in my neighborhood, and it's kind of a sad story as to why the grass isn't being cut, but we stepped up to do it. But that's a big lot too that this particular house is. So this is just a number of 60. I have no idea how much acreage.
Yeah.
Because I haven't
That's true,
compiled
too.
it, but it's
Or big lots or.
that's an eye opener. So when we talk about the need to buy equipment and stuff, that this shows the importance of that. And I know now they've got some pretty good equipment, so the guys are doing, and they have a really good crew this year, from what I've heard.
Good.
That are doing
The
a good
thing
job.
is, with those grass liens, and it's just kind of a bad taste in my mouth for those things, because we have to do it.
Right.
We have to do it. But then 9 out of 10 of those properties end up in our tax sale,
And we end up wiping
and
them
we
out.
forgive and wipe out that
Right.
whole thing. So
Yeah.
building inspection is doing this, it's just kind of like I said, a bone of contention with me that we do that, but that's
I think it's another one of those unappreciated, unrecognized services that we provide.
absolutely,
So,
yeah.
and we're not in the grass cutting business, so we're not encouraging people to stop cutting.
It's
grass.
expensive the
Yeah.
way we do it.
It
Yeah.
is very expensive the way
expensive,
we do
yeah.
it, yeah.
But thanks to all the guys that are involved in keeping our area clean and in good shape.
Okay. All right, thank you. That conducts the meeting.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's
Area,
that?
area plan.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
We don't, but
I think it's kind of wants to approve
Mm-hmm.
and make sure
Way Bill's looked at it.
we first,
Right. You're what?
No, that's, I mean,
How, have they put money into that fund, has the council? Oh, I got you. Okay, you mentioned